This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
The Kingdom of East Anglia saw the birth of their greatest son, an Anglo-Saxon warrior destined to be a champion for the ages and a national treasure for all time.
Hello everybody, today we're going to be talking about one of the most historic cult games that you can ever run into, and probably one of the most complex games that you'll ever run into, and that is Magic Realm. Now we're going to take a look at this. I just got this at BGG Con, and we gave a kind of a brief look when I was I did a live stream, but I really want to talk about this, some of the material that's out there to help you try to understand this incredibly complex game. Well, first of all, let's go down and take a look at everything, and then I'll be back to talk a little bit about this and what we have planned for this, hopefully sometime before the end of the year. So, without further ado, let's go take a look at Magic Realm. And here she be, in all her glory. Now, this is probably one of the most complicated games known to man. So I'm just going to take this off, and for those of you that haven't seen anything, you've got a bunch of double-sided tiles that are going to go together. Some of them set up, you can set it up different ways, but there's basic way to learn the whole game. You're going to see that, you know, this is a cave. This here is a magic realm, because on the other side is always the magic realm, and we have a cavern. These are secret paths on how to get through there. Let's see, we have roads here which are going to go into different areas, and most of your combat's going to be done in these areas. Again, an underneath cave that you can go through, and all kinds of things, and everything's double-sided. Just a lot there. I couldn't explain this game if I wanted to in the short amount of time that we're going to be doing this video. Some people have taken hours just to sit here and explain the game, and you guys don't have time for that right now, but I just want to show you some of the for those of you unfamiliar, the wizard, the witch king, the dwarf. You're going to be able to play these different characters, but when you go with their chit, you're going to be going and playing with the symbol, not a picture of the guy. The Amazon, who people have always said is overpowered, the druid, the pilgrim, which is like one of the best guys to have with you because of the magic that he uses. Magic is a whole thing in here. The berserker, the elf, who's usually overpowered, the sorcerer, once he gets going, look out, the white knight, which is popular, the swordsman, the captain, the witch, the magician, woods girl, and the black knight. So you have all these different characters to play from. As you can see, these pads have not been touched, and you're going to record all your information. So you're going to go across here. If you're going to move, hide, search, rest, you have to put all this in a line and do it in the order. There's a whole bunch of there's just so much to this game, and here is probably one of the most controversial part of this entire game, and that's the rule book, because the first edition rule book, as you can see, is unread, and there's a reason for that, because basically it is probably one of the hardest rule books to get through and really had a lot of mistakes. The second edition cleared things up a little bit, but it's the third edition that really comes home. All this is unpunched. The spells and the treasure, which are all random that you're going to be using. Here's the counters. Like I said, you're going to go off these symbols, not so much anything else. The monsters on the other side of this, you're going to see some here. as well as here. You're going to have to deal with them. You're going to fill out this whole board underneath, which is a whole nother thing. But all this stuff will come in good time. You just have to trust me on that. We are definitely going to be venturing into the world of the Magic Realm. Now, like I said, and I wanted to get back to one of the subjects that we started venturing into, basically, and that is the rule book itself. The rule book, is very, very tough. Oh, let's get these cards. Wouldn't that be a shame if I misplaced all this stuff? But we're actually going to move this out of the way, and I want to show you some of the things that I've already started working on. First of all, laminated cheat sheets to try to help you. Quick reference for natives. Natives are a big thing in this. Monsters, of course, are a huge thing. The quick reference for magic, and etc., meaning treasure, armor, horse trading, visitor prices, weapons, probability. There's just so much into this. Combat, which is a whole thing into itself, and very difficult, as well as movement. As you can see, even the movement chart is quite complicated because of how you have to move throughout. I've downloaded the 3rd edition rules, as you can see, bound them and everything like that. And this is where the original rule book was 30-something pages, maybe 28 pages. This is 120 pages for the new updated release, which came out in 2005. I also took the time, and this is just some of the material. I didn't even print out all the material for this yet. Magic Realm Book of Learning. This is a tutorial on just how to figure out how to work this, how to use the different types of characters. The sequence of play can be very deep. Different chapters on how to go about and play this game all the way through, and very well detailed. This is another 100 and some odd pages, so really just a lot of stuff, giving you a walkthrough on how each player is played and how to go about trying to play them, just one person's perspective. And we have even more stuff to print out and go over. So a quick look at everything here. One of the most cult grail games of all time, but probably one of the most difficult games you'll ever try to learn. And we're going to do our best to bring it to you here at Rob's Tabletop World. So without further ado, let's go up top and get on out of here and get some of my final thoughts. Now, the funny thing about it is I had lost my copy while we were moving down here to Florida, and that was almost 19 years ago. I got the game when it first came out, oh God, that had to be about 81. I was still in high school. I played this thing so much in high school, it was ridiculous. So having to refresh this and come back to it, you see how much material, and I'm not even done printing and putting the material that you need to really get this going. This is a very complex game, and there's a lot of different things that you're going to hear about it if you look at different videos and so forth and so on. My thing is to try to take a beginner's look to it so you guys can get a good feel for it, because I've still yet to see anything out there that really gives you a great feel for it. And I'm still looking too, so don't judge me on that. A lot of it is a lot of people get frustrated with a game like this. This is something that it's not for everyone, to be honest with you. I think it's really kind of neat how you can kind of work together for a little while and then turn on each other. There's just so much that goes into one day. Trying to get through a bunch of days is really hard. I think the most that we ever did was like 20 days. before we started slaughtering each other to try to get whatever objectives that we wanted. But it's a game that you just keep coming back to. And it was such a shame that it got the original one I had got destroyed. But to have this back now, and in this pristine of a copy where it's unpunched, is pretty amazing all in all. And it kind of just gives me this sense of, everything has come full circle. So, I really hope over the long holiday, because I'm taking about 3 weeks off, to really get this one to the table. And I plan on streaming every day. Now, whether that happens or not, we'll have to see, especially with some of the announcements that I have coming up in December. During this first week, probably just after you guys see this. So I really hope to show this off. All I have to say is, you either love it or hate it. It is a cult classic. It is something that's special and something that means something to me. So I like to share that experience with you guys. So there you go. A look at Magic Realm. One grail game for sure. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon.